buried by mass monsters, the shocking fall of Eduardo Kawak, the forgotten icon of 90s bodybuilding. In the shadowed corners of bodybuilding history, where the spotlights fade and the whispers of iron warriors echo, stands a name that time dared to overlook. Eduardo Kawak, a man whose very physique seemed carved not from flesh, but from mythology. Yet he never wore the crown the world thought he deserved. This is the raw, dramatic, and shocking story of a bodybuilding legend who defied odds, bent steel with willpower, and left a legacy still screaming for recognition, a body chiseled by destiny. Born in war-torn Lebanon in 1959, Eduardo Kawak's path to the bodybuilding stage was paved not in gold, but in grit and defiance. At the height of chaos and civil unrest, while most sought safety, Kawak sought muscle. He wasn't chasing aesthetics, he was forging armor. At just 5 feet 7 inches, with freakishly full muscle bellies and a density that seemed impossible for his frame, Kawak's body was a weapon of visual impact. By the time he stepped onto the competitive stage, he wasn't just participating, he was dominating. Eduardo Kawak won the NABBA Mr. Universe title 5 times. 5. A feat that puts him in the same breath as Reg Park and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yet, where is his glory? Why is his name not etched into every pantheon of bodybuilding gods? The drama of division. Kawak's story takes a shocking turn when you realize he was a victim, not of physical failure, but of the great bodybuilding divide. At the height of his power, the bodybuilding world was split between federations, the IFBB and NABBA. The IFBB was glitz, glamour, and Mr. Olympia. NABBA was the old-school war zone where legends were forged in blood and sweat. Kawak ruled NABBA like a titan, but to the IFBB-dominated media, he was almost invisible. When he finally crossed over to the IFBB, hoping to take the Olympia stage by storm, the politics of muscle reared its ugly head. His condition? Impeccable. His muscle maturity? World-class. His posing? Sculpted to perfection, and yet he was never truly recognized. Some say it was because he came from outside the system. Others say his aesthetic was too classic for the era of mass monsters. But for many fans, it was simple. He was robbed. A physique ahead of its time. Look at photos of Eduardo Kawak today, and you'll be stunned. In the era of bulky beasts and bloated bellies, Kawak had a waist tighter than a corset, and delts that looked like boulders strapped to a granite statue. His back? A spider web of muscle. His legs? Balanced and symmetrical with razor-sharp lines. He was the living fusion of classic and modern, decades before it became popular again. He was what every classic physique competitor today is trying to be. So why wasn't he crowned among the elite? The tragedy of obscurity. The most shocking element of Kawak's story isn't just the missed Olympia titles. It's that most people today don't even know who he is. How could someone with 5 universe titles, a physique envied by champions, and the heart of a warrior be nearly erased from the sport's collective memory? It's a tragedy of branding, timing, and federation politics. While the IFBB broadcasted its champions to the world, Kawak's federation lacked the spotlight. He was a diamond, buried under layers of institutional neglect. But perhaps the real drama is this. Like, share, and subscribe. American Beast Motivation.